Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with
Mike Anthony Fitness.
And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, I'd just be working my day job, well, me and Michael both, and wouldn't have you guys to talk to. I love math. Math was always easy for me. In fact, math got me in trouble because back in the day when I went to school, we weren't allowed to use calculators. I know, it's weird. We didn't have computers. We actually had to physically do math problems. And when we got to geometry was easy. I could see the solution in my head. And so I would just write down the answer. And my teacher would say, you need to show your work. It's like, but I tell you, that's the answer to it. Why I got to show it? I just did it in my head. She's like, yeah, right. I said, well, put a problem up on the board. And she put a problem on the board, and I'd go, blip, blip, blip. Still need to show your work. Okay, whatever. Got to college, and then we had statistics and probability. Now that was a tough, forgive me, it's a wooden rail bridge, and it's bumpy as can be. Statistics and probability. Here's what's really cool. With statistics and probability, you can use the same data and come out with totally different responses between the mean, median, mode, modulation, and average, depending on which one you use. Some of them basically will take away the highest and the lowest and divide everything in half, and whatever number sits in the middle is your average. Some of them will take all of it, added together, then divided by the number, and that is your average. Well, doing those can be two totally different numbers. You follow what I'm saying? So you can look at the same thing and actually get two different results. So everybody and their sister has beat me down, told me, Mark, you are a freaking idiot. Did you see Okoye, and I probably butchered up his name, video? Dez is not to blame. It's not his fault. The ball's not where it's supposed to be. Dak is off. He can run more than 3 routes.
Who was throwing the ball in the video?
A lot of those other videos were actually Tony Romo.
Exactly.
Excuse me. Been sucking in too much paint fumes. Which is true. So, congratulations to my man. He was on the Fan today. Big props, man. You are making it into mainstream media. I haven't seen the report and all that, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds like they kind of did what Mike Fisher did to me. Because here's the reality. What we're doing here on YouTube is growing. It's getting bigger. We're getting more attention from ESPN and Fan and things like that. So they're going to go ahead and go after us to discredit us, to say, yeah, you can watch those guys, but it's not real. That's why Mike Fisher said, oh, there's nothing to that rumor about Earl Thomas, and then comes back and said, yeah, they're talking back and forth. So wait a minute. You threw me under the bus and said there's nothing to that, and you admit that they are. So, but be that as it may. So he was on the Fan today, and basically they said, you can cut up the video and make anything look like whatever it is you want, which is true. And then, of course, Babe Laufenberg came out and said, yeah, well, true, it looks like some of the passes may be off, but when you start analyzing and breaking it down, more of it's on Dez because, when you see a certain defense, okay, like let's say it's a zone, you're supposed to cut off your route, sit in the middle of the zone, and that's where the quarterback's going to go. Because throwing football, everybody keeps thinking that you're throwing to the guy that's open, but you're actually throwing to a spot. People don't understand. It's kind of like when you are skeet shooting. You've got a shotgun, and you're using the shotgun as your sight. You're not shooting and aiming at where it is. You're aiming at where it's going to be. And if you don't have that connection of being in the right place, then it's going to look like the quarterback just threw the ball off. And I'm not saying that Dak threw every ball perfect, because he didn't. He didn't. But here's the thing. When you have a disagreement, There's three sides to every argument. Three sides. I know it doesn't sound right, but there are three sides to every argument. Did you know that, Mike?
Oh, I knew that.
Because there's my view, there's your view, and somewhere in the middle lies the truth. Can Dez Bryant still play? Yes, Dez can still play. Can he play as well as he used to? No. Can Dak Prescott be a good quarterback? Yes. Is Dak Prescott the perfect quarterback and does not make any mistakes? No. Somewhere in the middle there is the truth all of it. Some of it's Dez, some of it's Dak. But for whatever reason, here's the thing. You got to understand is quarterbacks are premium. To have a quarterback that's only been in the league 2 years, that you're only paying $600,000 a year, and since you don't have another option, you can experiment with that kind of money. $16 million cap hit? Well, that's a whole lot more that you're gambling with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Because you can get other wide receivers. When a guy like Sam Bradford gets $20 million and you know he's not staying upright all season, lets you know that you got to look after the quarterback. And sometimes you may have to baby the quarterback. You may have to put training wheels on him because there's only so many decent quarterbacks in the NFL. Bums get money. RG3 just got a job, didn't even play. Johnny Manziel right now is the toast of the town. And what has he done? Just saying. So, shout out to Okoye, or however you pronounce it. I'm a name butcher, we all know that. For getting on the fan and stuff. We're actually going to be meeting him, I believe, at Mike Fisher's bar, the Maverick Bar, on Wednesday night before the draft. So maybe we can get all this stuff together, we can get all these ideas, and we can find out the real truth. You got anything to add, Mike? No?
Not on this one.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll get done and we'll get going up the road here in a few hours. And we're going to be live streaming because I got to check out the box. But we're probably going to do it on Mike's channel because we want to have a couple of devices and stuff going and things like that. So that way we can see how good this thing is. Because if this don't work, man, I got to come up with another plan. I'm Mark Holmes. This is
Mike Lantley Fitness.
and we certainly can't quit our day job. I'll see you soon.